Have you been wondering how you can reset your FINGERCOMBER Kinky Flip Set wig or your FINGERCOMBER Kinky Rollerset wig? I mean, you hear that these wigs last for years, and you see how beautiful and natural and bouncy these roller sets look. But you're just a little bit curious about what you can do when the wig gets older and you feel like maybe the curls are going to fall and you're not going to know what to do. But you do want to have this very natural, beautiful, flowy, curly look. Well, here is what you're going to need to do. Welcome to the Wig Room. My name is Francine and I'm the creative director here at FINGERCOMBER. Let me just start by saying thank you so much for all the love that you guys show us for our units. And I wanted to answer a couple of questions about our Kinky Rollerset wig and the Kinky Flip wig. I basically wanted to tell you guys a few things that you can do to reset the curl in the wig. The way that the wig is set up, as you can see up here, it is set up so that you could be able to recurl it simply by using a brush or a comb and reforming the curls. But this is what the wig looks like if you look up here. And again, you would be able to just reset it by combing through it like you're seeing up here. But for those of you who want to be able to do more than that and give it more of a curl boost, I'm gonna share some tips on how you can do that. So the wig, when it arrives, it comes in this box like this. It will come wrapped up with a tag on it with some care instructions. And that usually is sufficient. But if you want to be able to get more of a curl, this is what you're going to do. So it arrives in rollers, which is really convenient. That makes it travel really well, and you can always reuse these rollers if you want to reset the wig. And so when you take the roller out, it has a nice bouncy curl to it, and it's a soft but bouncy curl. If you want to just make this curl, if you want to boost it or you want to like restyle it in another way, I'm going to show you what you can do to do that. But here are a couple features about this wig. So as you can see, it is made very much to be like natural African American or African diasporan hair. When we design these wigs, we have so much of that in mind. Like, we want to make it as true to form as it could possibly be. But among the consideration is the thousands of women who have been our customers over the years. So for those of you who don't know much about us, before starting FINGERCOMBER, we had spent 30 years in the natural hair care industry. Well, actually, we're celebrating our 31st anniversary this October. But prior to starting FINGERCOMBER, we worked as natural hairstylists in two salon chains in New York. One was called Soho African Braiding Studios, and that was back in the early 90s. That's where we got our feet wet. And the other was a chain called Afrogenics. And that chain, I'm just taking it out like I told you guys, that chain was in New York. We had salons in the financial district, in Soho, and on the Upper West Side, first on West 72nd Street and then on West 79th Street between Broadway and West End. And for years, we serviced I don't know, literally thousands of women. We had a mailing list of over 10,000 women before we started FINGERCOMBER. And back then, you know, we worked with all these different women. We worked with men. We worked with a number of celebrities. I sometimes I look back and I can't believe some of the people who I gotten to work with over the years, and some of the, you know, great photo shoots and music videos and television that I got to style natural hair on. And I say that to say that, you know, we know a lot about the variety of natural textures. And in styling, in coming up with these units, we take all of that into mind. I'm sorry, it's just taking me a while to get all these rollers out because we do put a lot of rollers. But as you can see, it has a really nice bouncy flow to it. And even though it is well ventilated, where you could see your fingers, you know, if you opened it up, you're not going to see that when you're wearing the wig out in public. So I'm just going to continue taking these rollers out. The ladies, they put a lot of pins in here to just keep this thing nice and fresh for you guys. But at any rate, we designed these units to try and make them, you know, as much like natural hair as possible. And this one is supposed to be like if you were natural and, you know, you didn't have a relaxer and you went to the salon and you got like a roller set, this is what that would be like. But if you're not somebody who wants your hair super straight, that is what this is like. And while we recognize that there are other groups of people who replicate our products, and we're fine with that because there are enough customers in the world for everyone. While we recognize that, there are some aspects of our designs that I don't think you necessarily get if it wasn't designed by someone who doesn't actually wear this type of hair. So this is what it will look like. And as you can see, you know, I can poke my fingers through here for ventilation, but when you are wearing this wig, you are not going to see, you know, your scalp coming through. But it is, you know, a nice bouncy curl. There is a light behind me. And I will show you, like, excuse me one second. I'm just going to grab one of these mannequins. And she does not have, you know, any kind of wig situation. She's bald, as you can see. I'm just gonna put a wig cap on her, if you guys will bear with me, just to show you how this actually works in real life, in real time. So I'm gonna put a wig cap on this girly right here. So she's got her wig cap on, and I'm going to go ahead and put this wig on her. Now the light is behind me. You can see through the unit in the light, but once you put it on your head, as I'm going to do on her, you can see they're super bouncy, super just beautiful, natural looking. A lot of thought went into designing this, and a lot of hours go into us making these units for you guys. These are not like some units that are going to be mass produced in another country. We actually do this work. So here is a set of hot rollers that we would recommend you using to reset this unit with. And this is the set of rollers that you can use to reset the unit. I'm gonna put a link down below, an Amazon link, in case you guys want to buy it. If you have the equipment like this set of rollers that I showed you guys, if you have that, the recommendation would be that you comb this wig out or brush it out thoroughly. Then you wash it in the Wig Essential shampoo. You would maybe put about 2 tablespoons of the shampoo in a basin of water that is at room temperature. Sorry, my thing is going off. But you put it in a basin at room temperature, and you would actually comb it all the way out first. And you're going to shampoo it like you would a delicate sweater. That is the thing. You want to treat her, you know, with some love and care if you want to make her last for a long, long time. So you're going to go ahead and wash it. You can then go ahead and rinse it out. And you're going to, in another basin, use the Wig Essential conditioner. You're going to dip this in there, and you're going to, rinse it after you have used the conditioner. I would suggest letting the conditioner sit on this particular unit like about a good 10 to 15 minutes before you rinse it out thoroughly. And you're going to again use like room temperature water to rinse it out. The thing with these fibers is that they are texturized in a way that again mimics natural hair, but heat can really destroy the texture that is naturally in this hair. So after you have shampooed it and you've rinsed it, you're going to just brush it through and let it air dry. This is again if you have these rollers. If you don't have the rollers, there's another, you can just follow the directions that come on the box. But if you do have the rollers, brush her out. And then you let her air dry. And once she's dry, brush her out again, brush her out fully. And then you can use these hot rollers to reset the unit. You can put the rollers in as you'd like and let them get really nice and hot first. And then after you have let them get nice and hot, you're going to put them in her hair. And I would say leave it until it cools, which I would say like maybe at least an hour. So it cools off completely before you take the rollers out. Now, I can't say anything about other sets of rollers out there because some sets of rollers will get too hot that they will damage the fibers of the unit, and some will get not hot enough so that it won't do the trick. So again, I would recommend, and I solely recommend for now, this particular brand because the settings are just what you need them to be. And once they have cooled off, you can take it out and style it, and you'll get a nice set very similar to this. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this unit? Like it's about a good shoulder grazing length. You want to wear a wig grip if you don't have any hair. And if you do have hair, you can use like the combs inside to secure the unit in the front. There's another set of combs in the back. These are just plastic accordion combs. And you can use this to, make the unit stay on nice and securely. So those are just a few things about the Kinky roller set. The same in terms of the hot rollers, the same applies to the Kinky Flip unit. And for anyone who's curious, I'm wearing my favorite wig. This is the Wash and Go Fro in the color Moscato. And this wig, we have units in our bouquet collection, which you guys have just been buying off the shelf, that come with dark roots. But this unit does not come with dark roots. I always choose this one just because I like the way it's set up. I like the layering of it. I like the volume and the length. It just works for me. And because it doesn't come with the dark roots, I use this cover stick that is meant to be used on grades. And I will just go in and, place it where I want to get like the blend that I'm looking for. And I'm always just going for like an ombre effect, whether I'm wearing this unit or like another colored unit. I think that with my complexion, this is just me personally, I feel like having it be darker in the roots just makes it make sense to me. And I feel like it's just more complimentary to me. I feel like, if you're everything is preferential, but my preference is like as a brown woman, as a, darker brown woman, I prefer just like that little transitional color when I'm wearing a light unit. I always feel like if I just have like light hair coming out of my scalp, I don't find it complimentary, but everybody has what they enjoy. So that is that. I think that those are just a couple things that I was going to go over. Another thing about this unit, this one that I have is very old. It has been reset multiple times. This unit, I can tell you from experience that this literally can last you years with the proper care. As well as the Kinky Roller Set. If you are caring for your finger comber unit, the right way, it can literally last you years. Prior to, like I said, prior to starting FINGERCOMBER, we had worked as Afrogenics for many years, and we started, we sold wigs then too, but we started officially, we transitioned from being a salon to just, selling wigs in 2012, 2013. And I literally have wigs that I had from day one. These fibers, unlike human fibers, they don't need like the nutrients and just the natural moisture that your human hair would need. Like when human hair is on a human person, it needs to constantly be, kept in a lively state. Hair is like, part of a human living body. So if it's been taken off of the human body that it, came from, it's still going to require nutrients and moisture the same way that it would if it was on your head. It will eventually break and die and do all kinds of nasty things if it's off of, a human head. Human hair has an expiration date because of that. And it just changes in a way that synthetic hair doesn't. I'm not saying that synthetic hair doesn't change. It changes differently. So that is one of the reasons why we chose to work with synthetic hair. And we find, that it yields a much more natural result, because with human hair, usually when you're trying to transition human hair from the state of the person that it came from to the state of, the person who's an African American who has like highly textured hair, whether it's coily, kinky coily, an S shape, whatever it is, usually you're going to have to use a chemical to make that transition, and it's not going to last and last. But when we are using man-made fibers, we're able to manipulate the fibers so that we can yield these textures that are a lot more natural than, say, trying to transition a human hair that came from a temple into like something that is highly textured. Your yield is going to be different. But with the synthetic fibers, we have a lot more control over what, the outcome is going to be. So I hope that you guys find these little tidbits and whatnots helpful. And I hope that you guys who either have a kinky roller set wig or a kinky flip wig, that you might find it really beneficial if you try these hot rollers. So again, you'll find them linked below. I'll also put a little link for this down below. I'll put a link for the kinky roller set, the kinky flip wig, and in case anybody wants it, I'll put a link for the wash and go fro unit in Moscato. And I encourage you guys to please continue to send us your questions. And you know, sometimes it takes us a little while to get a video up because we're really busy over here. I'll probably give you guys like a little behind the scenes or a tour at some time. But you know, I'm just like in this room that is kind of like a studio room. I film in here a lot, but this is not where we make, this room is not where we make and ship the wigs from. Our production is back here. The production crew works back here. I have my design studio down that end. There's an office back here, and back behind this wall is our shipping department. Downstairs we have like a whole warehousing situation. But thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you for spending your time to just hear a little bit more about us and about how you can get more out of your wigs. Please give us a thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to comment below. Either I or someone will look at the comments and answer you if you have any questions. And let's see what else. You can email us at customercare@fingercomber.com for the quickest response. And yeah, thumbs up, subscribe so that you'll be notified. Thanks, and I hope to see you guys again soon.